Yo, in today's video, we'll be looking at strange and creepy TikToks that will make you question reality.
Right into that Gulf of Mexico by the time we go through the third and then curves to the north as we go further along. We get this high pressure.
Another hurricane. What's this? Location Texas at 11:11. Is that a coincidence? Man catches what looks to be an angel riding on a power line. He was riding the electrical flow seen in the video. Ooh, maybe. Now check that out. That looks wild. Photoshopped or not? What y'all think? That it looks like an angel or a person with wings, if that's what an angel is. That's crazy.
So can we talk about this real quick though? Like, America is headed for bankruptcy, FYI. He just posted this like 20 minutes ago. You think it's time to convert to crypto or go digital or take your stuff out? If he's posting about it, you better jump on that.
Dang, what's this? Intelligence has issued a earthquake forecast for the next 7 to 10 days for the Northeast, New York, New Jersey, Delaware, and Southern Illinois. Potential for 4.0 to 5.0 magnitude earthquakes. With the Yellowstone's Biscuit Basin geyser blowing this past week, and with the M 4.5 and magnitude 5.1 seismic activity going across the edge of the North American craton, it would appear the plate is now in motion, which should result in new spreads or so. They ain't even got the rest of the description on there. Well, get prepared.
Noticing the upside-down Olympic flag in the 2024 Paris Olympics opening ceremony.
Oh.
Let's see that again.
Oh. Was that a mistake or what?
Now, I'm watching the 2024 Olympics in Paris, guys, and watch LeBron James shapeshift on live TV. LeBron Lizard Man James, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. You see the reptile eyes right there? This is a high-class reptilian shapeshifter. LeBron Lizard Man James caught live shapeshifting in the 2024 Olympics. I can't believe this. Press play. Rewind it. This is live TV. Look at this. Look at that. Telling you, man, they all around. These lizard people.
You know, I seen before too something about these shapeshifters and how it's like they use, I don't know, some type of hologram technology to where we perceive them a certain way. And when they get recorded on camera, sometimes it glitches. And then you start to see the reptilian a little bit more. I don't know if that's what that was, but hey, it's pretty convincing.
Hey, big sis, I agree with you. They should be running drills, but I wanted to talk to you about something. Did you recognize in Walmart, Costco, and Sam's Clubs that they was getting y'all ready with emergency gear? Sam's Club and Costco for 2 years, Walmart since April 8th, the day that the earthquake took place at 4.8 in Jersey. Same day as the solar eclipse. Now, they told y'all a year ago that they were prepping for a 8.2 earthquake to take place in the area of the New Madrid fault line. That's from Maine all the way to Texas. Damn near almost the same path of the eclipse. I digress. A year later, they're stocking up. You had a 4.8 earthquake in Jersey that was felt to Maine and Maryland. Again, Sam Club and Costco's for the middle class, so they've been out for 2 years. Walmart started a couple months ago for the poor class. You got more ads? Social media telling you something's wrong? Have they lowered the interest rates yet? So we haven't even hit the bad of it, huh? This isn't normal protocol. Just look alive.
Finally, we got another sighting. And holy Christmas, look at this thing right here. This UFO was spotted flying over Curitiba, Brazil. On July 25th, this dude posted a video on YouTube, and look at it. That, I don't know about y'all, but that looks like a freaking eyeball staring down, looking at us, saying, what on earth are these people doing right now? Because what else could it be? I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, it's the military. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. But what it is, without a doubt, is real. That's the one thing you can't take away from this. That's real. And maybe it is government. Maybe it is government made. Maybe it is secret shit that's made. Regardless, this has been something that's been spoken about for thousands of years, and that thing looks like what they depicted in some of their paintings. Yeah. Eye in the sky. It's watching. Did I just wake up in a freaking Marvel movie? Like, proof that the multiverse exists as told by scientists? This is getting way out of hand. Completely out of hand. Multiverse? Like, listen, I get it. There's a bunch of weird shit going on in the world. I'm not the only one that sees this, but who in their right mind believes that there's multiverses? We can't even admit to aliens, and we know they're fucking visiting. Like, how is there multiverses but no aliens? If there's multiverses, then that would say that there's other beings in other universes, which means that it's a real good possibility that there's freaking aliens. How hard is this to grasp? Multiverses. I feel like fucking Iron Man.
Fox News alert, President Biden has just announced proposals to reform the Supreme Court. This happening literally a minute ago. These would include no immunity for crimes a former president committed in office, term limits for Supreme Court justices, and a binding code of conduct for the Supreme Court. Joe Biden also releasing a new op-ed this morning saying in part, quote, "This nation was founded on a simple yet profound principle. No one is above the law. Not the President of the United States, not a justice on the Supreme Court of the United States, no one. I have overseen more Supreme Court nominations as Senator, Vice President, and President than anyone living today. I have great respect for our institutions and separation of powers. What is happening now is not normal, and it undermines the public's confidence in the court's decisions, including those impacting personal freedoms. We now stand in a breach."
Here we go. The U.S. Embassy in Beirut, Lebanon has told U.S. citizens, get out now while you can, or be prepared to stay in place.
I recommend U.S. citizens develop a crisis plan of action and leave before a crisis begins. Regularly scheduled commercial transportation is always the best option while local communications and transportation infrastructure are intact and operating normally.
Now, there is a problem with that last statement, considering a lot of flights are being canceled out of Lebanon to and from Lebanon. And by the way, outside of the United States, a lot of other countries are also on a list of do not go to Lebanon or get out of Lebanon. And here are some more. Okay, so the big question, if you have all of these countries evacuating Lebanon, to include the United States, and saying, get out, is this a clear indication that something big is coming for Hezbollah? Well, it could be or it could not be, but I do want to point out, Israel did say something big is coming, and they will get revenge for those kids, and I do want to point out the U.S. already gave the green light and said, just don't make it too big, we don't want regional escalation.
There's a UFO right now over Jerusalem. You see it?
Strange ball of light, huh? What is this? Is a good question. I have no clue what that is. Anybody else? Anybody in the comments know what that is? I mean, it looks like a sunset, but it's clearly not a sunset. And then you got something coming from the bottom of it. I wonder, does it just like disappear or something? This wasn't no microburst to drop these warehouses and overturn trailers. Where is this at? I think this in Phoenix. But dang, that's a big warehouse to be tore up like that. Dang. That 2-day shipping ain't gonna come in 2 days no more.
Something else I just discovered. So I'm sitting here like, okay, this is really weird. They're carrying the flag to the pole. She's just walking. Everybody's in fans. Everybody's doing that. This mysterious person of death. And then look at what happens when they turn the camera in a second. What do you see? Right there, people. Why is that there?
Why is that there?
If you understand, you understand. Wake up, people. And I rewinded just to let you know something else. Now, what's another little mystery in this, and maybe they didn't even mean to do this part, but look how when they look at the person in a different view, wow. You have a choice, people. You going for Satan, or are you going for Yeshua? Which one? Which one? Exactly.
Chinese helicopters, tanks, and now this shows up in front of my house. So yeah, this is kind of interesting to walk down and, see. Lots of activity going on here lately, lots and lots. Keep apprised, I'll show you more.
What's that, a whole submarine?
No idea this is going on. No idea. They're shutting down the food supply worldwide. They are culling the livestock. They are buying up and shutting down the farmlands. They're cutting off farms from water like they're doing in Idaho. 500,000 acres of prime farmland. In Oregon, they're stopping you from growing your own food in your backyard and imposing severe restrictions to your water usage there. They are saying to reach our carbon goals, we're going to destroy the ability to produce beef, chicken, eggs, and fish. Call it whatever you want. Say it's for climate change. Say it's for health. But the outcome's always the same. You're just trying to shut the food system down. Why these people hate this, why this is a threat to them, can only be explained by literally being at war with God's creation. This is an act of war against humanity.
Now, I know we've been talking about this for a long time, but that's because we was telling y'all what's going to happen. So the very shit that we've been saying was going to happen is slowly happening, but actually happening a lot faster than what we thought. So what they did is get us dependent on them, and now they finna shut down the food supply, and they gonna know that the numbers of population is gonna begin to decrease because there's gonna be a lot of people fighting for food. There's gonna be a lot of chaos. There's gonna be a lot of let's leave the world behind type of energy going on. But with everything that's going on, bro, if you know, you know type shit. If you see the signs, then you see the signs. If you don't, you don't. Just awareness is key, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go too deep in this shit. Peace, love, power, and holiness.
just the world to watch you grow up on this global stage?
I mean, it's great. I mean, you be around your fellow Olympians and us representing red, white, and blue. There's no better time. And, you know.
Man, that is a little creepy, though.
I want to talk about something that's not horse related. And my sons watch this and their friends, so it's to them as well. And this is everybody in Indiana and the Chicago area. Every day you will read in the paper or hear in the news that someone drowned in Lake Michigan. And there's a reason for this, and I'm going to explain what happens. I worked the tugboats for 2 years down in Calumet Harbor. And every day we would take barges over to Burns Harbor in Indiana. And you'd be about a mile out from Burns Harbor, and you'd see this oily substance on top of the water coming from the mills and the steel plants. Now, don't ever swim in Lake Michigan. Not only is it toxic, but it's pretty much a small ocean. It's not a lake. It has currents, it has swells, it has tides. It's a big lake. So what happens is, I want you to picture a Ferris wheel under the water, rotating. Well, the riptides in Lake Michigan work like that. They don't drag you out, they drag you under. It's a phenomenon, I don't know what it's called, but you can look it up, it's a true fact. So there's currents all over Lake Michigan that are like a Ferris wheel. So what happens is you jump in, if you find one of these riptides, it's gonna drag you under. Now what most people do is they wanna go to the top, so they're fighting against the riptide, which is impossible. It's too strong. The power of a riptide, no man can beat. So they panic, they try swimming upwards and drown. Now what you're supposed to do if this ever happens is you either swim sideways to get out of it, or you let it spit you out the other side, which is hard to do when something drags you underwater. A natural instinct is to fight that. So if you're ever in Lake Michigan that happens, that's what you do. Swim to the side or let it spit you out on top. You don't fight against it, but don't swim in Lake Michigan, because when I was working the tugboats, we were trained that if you went in the water, not to swallow it, because you would only have about 30 minutes to live because it's so toxic that they would have to pump your stomach. We wore red vest, and it wasn't to keep us afloat. What it would do is you would get dragged into the sludge, and 3 days later when your body would gas up, it would float to the surface, and we would have these red vests on that could identify the body. It happens every day. Don't swim in Lake Michigan.
Yo, y'all heard it, man. Don't swim in Lake Michigan. I ain't never touched the water in Lake Michigan in my life. I'm glad I haven't either, man. I think it's radioactive, you know. And like you said, it's sludge in there from, you know, factories, and who knows what's been dumped into Lake Michigan, and we just go in there and swim in it and try to have fun. I'm straight on all the lakes. I don't even really want to swim in the ocean. I'm a land being. I'm going to stay on this land.
So yeah, why are folks saying that 7 Midwestern states are about to have an imminent earthquake of magnitude 8 or more that would devastate the entire region, especially St. Louis? Well, I'll tell you where it came from. In New Madrid in 1811 and 1812, December through February, there were 3 or 4 subsequent earthquakes of nearly magnitude 8. They were devastating at the time. And there is a fault line that is unbelievably deep and unbelievably long that is basically running from northeastern Arkansas into southeastern sections of Missouri. And eventually, this fault line is once again going to produce a devastating earthquake of 8 or even stronger. However, when I say eventually, I don't mean in the near future. In fact, the reason everyone's talking about it now is because the National Guard is smartly doing exercises, and just recently did, in St. Louis to, of course, avoid a catastrophe as best they can if this were to happen. So they held a drill. This caught the attention of TikTokers, who then came on and said, hey, this is going to happen and you have to look out and you need to know about this. Everybody that lives in this area already knows about this, or almost everyone, because the New Madrid fault line is something that is pretty famous, and you'll learn about it first in grade school. However, there's only a 25% chance in the next 30 years that there is going to be an earthquake of 6 or stronger.
25%, but I say it's probably a lot higher, because with the rate of what we do on this planet, on this earth, it's going to like make things way worse. We got too much stuff going on here. They be trying to control too much and be messing with too much. So if it does happen, it's probably going to happen a lot sooner than what he thinks.
And a 10% chance in the next 50 years that there's going to be an earthquake of 7 or stronger. Now, that still sounds a little bit high. I mean, it is something that is, gets you a little bit nervous to think about. And that's why they're holding, of course, those exercises. So this entire area, that is those 7 states, Missouri, Illinois, even Indiana, Kentucky, of course, Tennessee, northern sections of Alabama, across through, obviously Missouri, and then down into Arkansas. That entire region right there is on guard, because eventually it is going to happen. What's your opinion on the New Madrid fault line? Do you know anything about it? How about, do you know a geologist or somebody that knows a lot about earthquakes? What are they telling you about it? I'd be curious to hear in the comments.
I don't know. I just don't want it to happen.
Hey guys, so I'm getting on here because a lot of y'all seem to be confused about what I originally posted. So first of all, yes, I asked if your discernment turned on while watching the opening ceremony. I've always had discernment because God gave it to me. But like, do you see what's going on? Yeah, see, look at that golden calf. And then on top of that, we got all these keyboard warriors in the comment section trying to come for people who have a spiritual compass. But let's not even go there, guys. This conversation is not over. I will make another video here pretty soon.
Next tonight, a sign of strengthening ties between Russia and Cuba. 3 more Russian warships arriving at the island nation 90 miles from the U.S. It's the second such visit in recent months. In June, U.S. officials tracked 4 Russian warships when they arrived in Cuba for joint exercises.
Hey, so there's been some breaking news in France. I don't want anybody to freak out, but I do want to talk about the news that has just come out. There were coordinated arson attacks across our high-speed railways throughout France, so that pretty much most of the system is down, and that means people can't take high-speed trains from one part of the country to another. It means pretty much the TGV system and anything operating within it is not working for the moment, and it will take some time to fix this. I don't know if there were any cyber attacks. Right now I'm just seeing coordinated arson attacks, but yeah, that's what the news is saying. I know it's a little scary. It's scary for me too. This is really big news. They're shutting down whoever is shutting down a major form of transport in the country the day of the opening ceremony of the Olympics, which is scary because that means that was lots of people who were doing this together for some reason. So I just wanted to report on what's going on. I will come back with updates if there is another one.
So I was watching the smoke last night, but I noticed this red cloud here. See, this is smoke that is here. This is clouds. So I went to the day before, still seen it. Went to the day before, still seen it. But then I went to the 23rd, and I seen it in our jet stream coming across, to Alaska and on down. So it's something clearly in our jet stream. So someone said, what about the dust? Which is things like this, where you see the Sahara Desert and you see it sweep across and go into America. But you absolutely don't see anything here. And then I thought about the CO concentration area. And that one is frightening if it is it. See, you see this area is over 1,000, and you see this area in Russia is over 3,000. And if you want to know what happens to over 1,200, look at what PPV is. But I'm still not sure if it's that, because if you look around our world, you see it everywhere. And then someone said, can you check the other areas to see if anything's going on? Yeah, I see Kansas. Yep, I see Colorado. I thought maybe it was this volcano. This is where the volcano is. Look, you still see the red stuff coming out of you-know-where. But if you want to know what ash looks like, this is the volcano, and this is the ash here. Give me your thoughts. Take care. God bless.
What's the red stuff?
Guys, did anyone else just activate WEA Region 6 on their phone? Because we all did, and we're freaked out with everything going on in the country. And we aren't from North Carolina, so I don't know.
So this the UFO everyone was seeing, huh? The one that looks like an eye? It does kind of look like an eye. Look like it's opening up and closing.
People would ask me, knowing what you know now, do you wish like you had a third term? And I used to say, you know what, if I could make an arrangement where I had a stand-in, a front man or front woman, and they had an earpiece in, and I was just in my basement in my sweats looking through the stuff, and then I could sort of deliver the lines, but somebody else was doing all the talking and ceremony. I'd be fine with that.
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water. When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population, more of our children can breathe clean air and drink clean water.
America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him.
Hey, look at this, y'all. That's CGI. He's not even there right now. They've been trying to fool us. Look at the microphone. It's like behind his hand. And the top of his head looks like the sky. Like it's just cut off. This is CGI. We got to be careful nowadays. It's like a green screen. It's not CGI. It's a green screen. My bad. Clearly a green screen.
Donald Trump lost 2 debates to me in 2020. Since then, he hadn't shown up for debate. Now he's acting like he wants to debate me again. Well, make my day, pal. I'll even do it twice. So let's pick the dates, Donald. I hear you're free on Wednesdays.
Then all of the times we witnessed that it was someone wearing a mask.
You can't tell me this is normal. Look at his forehead. This is bullshit. That's a mask. That's a skin mask. It ain't normal. Look at it.
North Carolina. And he was a very conservative guy who was very, very...
Oh my gosh, that's a mask.
African American.
Holy cow.
Mr. Ford, what advice would you give a young lady wanting to become President of the United States?
Well, I hope we do have a young lady at some point become President of the United States. I can tell you how I think it will happen, because it won't happen in the normal course of events. Either the Republican or Democrat political party will nominate a man for president and a woman for vice president. And the woman and man will win. So you'll end up with a president, a male, and a vice president, a female. And in that term of office of the president will die.
Whoa. Is Sleepy Joe still here? Because This was a long time ago. He talking about this.
And the woman will become president under the law or Constitution. And once that barrier is broken, from then on, men better be careful, because they'll have a hard time ever even getting a nomination in the future. But that's the way it's going to happen, and I think it'll probably come sometime in the next 4 or 8 years.
Across the millennium years is crunch time in this whole agenda, crunch time for the human race. This is the time when this network of interbreeding bloodlines wants to bring in its global fascist structure of a world government to which nation states would be administrative units, of a world central bank and a world currency, a currency that wouldn't be cash, it would be merely electronic, for which there are fundamental implications for human freedom. And also the World Army, which is designed to be NATO, expanding and expanding as it is now, of course, to become the fully fledged World Army, World Police Force. And underpinning that little lot is designed to be a microchip population, in which we are microchipped with our financial details, our medical details, etc., etc. And that would allow not only electronic tagging, people knowing where we are all the time, it would allow the external manipulation through this electronic means of our mental and emotional processes. This will happen unless the human race wakes up and wakes up fast. And to do that, we need to understand what's really going on. And to let people know that, we've got to stop beating about the bush, stop pulling punches, stop pussyfooting around, keeping information from people, oh my goodness, how will they react, and just say, this is going on, take it or leave it, make of it what you will, but this is what's going on.
Yo, that's crazy, because that was a long time ago, and everything he was saying is basically coming true. And then when Hoover was talking about the vice president being, a woman and something happening, then he said it would happen in 4 to 8 years. Which president are we on right now? Isn't it like 48? I don't know if that was a coincidence or what, but I don't really believe in coincidences. All the people talking about conspiracy theorists is crazy. Listen, y'all need to wake up. This is in Georgia, huh? What kind of storm is that? Look crazy. I'm out of there.
I don't know if any of you guys got this in the mail, but I got this today. Selective service system. I guess, guys, we're going to war. Failure to comply with these requirements is a violation of the Military Selective Service Act. The maximum penalty for a violation of this act is $250,000 fine or 5 years in prison or both.
Wow.
Damn. That's wild. That's wild. Even give me another one too.
This can get really bad really fast, so pay attention. One of the leaders of Hamas has been taken out in Iran, the capital of Iran, via airstrike. Now, no one officially knows who did the airstrike, but what we do know, only hours ago, Israel did close off their airspace in the northern territories. To make things even more crazy, a lot of other leaders who are allied with Iran were visiting Iran's president's first day of being the president, to include the guy who's been taken out. Some other big indicators that this strike came from Israel, Lloyd Austin of the United States actually mentioned only hours before this strike, the U.S. will defend Israel if Iran tries to do anything to Israel. Again, he was not indicating he even knew that this would happen, but again, a lot of things and evidence, it's pointing towards Israel that they were the ones who did this strike. I mean, without a doubt, you can only expect Iran will do something about this.
Just keep going, you're good. One day people gonna realize that Israel is the United States. Like, when they say they'll defend Israel, no, they're defending themselves at the end of the day. You got another UFO?
What the fuck?
What he said.
What in the world?
People seeing all type of stuff in the sky.
I was reading about the fires currently happening in Oregon, and I came across part of an article that made me want to shit fucking bricks. And we're gonna talk about it right fucking now. Small panic. So in case you're unaware, we have the largest fire in the nation burning in Oregon. From what I understand, it started out as 2 fires and merged into 1. But that's not the interesting part about this. Some 2,800 lightning strikes observed Wednesday caused more than 60 new fire starts, satellite imagery showed. Now, I know that we have a lot of lightning strikes that happens yearly, but for almost 3,000 of them to hit one location in one fucking night, to touch ground? Here's some statistics about lightning strikes. And here is a map of the fire, just in case you're curious. According to the different articles that I've read, firefighters have been able to contain 0% of this fire. Not only that, apparently they keep raising and lowering like the need of evacuation or the evacuation meter or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It keeps going back and forth between you have a couple of hours to get out and get out now. There are people posting from this state stuck in the fire. They can't leave their fucking house. And I have no fucking idea how to help these people.
Y'all remember this guy?
That's crazy.
Well, you already knew that. Yet, you still live a life that you dread.
3 years later, and you're all still concerned about that woman. Well, I can assure you, she is more alive and more grounded than ever. She just happens to be experiencing a new timeline. Remember, we really do live in a multiverse.
He put that hoe in the tree. Crazy.
The Los Angeles Police Department has launched an investigation after video showed an officer punch a handcuffed man during an arrest.
These officers be wildin'. That's all I'm gonna say.
Police officials said the altercation happened following a traffic stop Sunday. It's unclear what led to the traffic stop. In a post on X, LAPD said the officer involved has been removed from field duties. Civil rights leaders are planning to attend a police commission meeting Tuesday to address the incident.
You guys hear that in the sky? You hear that?
It's over there and then
Those people stuck in here? Why? Why are people stuck in there? Oh snap. See? People seeing UFOs everywhere. They might have just disappeared.
Every time I get on here, I see another one. Like, this says smoke, smoke, smoke.
Wow, that's the same person. They busy at the clone factory, ain't they?
Great gentlemen. So we're gonna bring him up for. Can we bring him up for a couple of minutes?
So people seen this guy on the roof, literally, he running across, and he was still able to do that close.
The world will see a vibrant Republican Party.
All right, so here's my issue. If he is pew-pewing from that angle, right? How he just shoot him in the ear, like, and it go through the ear. The angle should kind of go through the head. I don't know, though. I'm not a sharpshooter. I'm not a marksman. But I do a lot of math and geometry, and the angles ain't adding up. Like, from that angle, like, that's a clear shot. But in today's time, with all the AI and CGI, you don't know what's real or what's not, right? And this is days later that this footage is coming out. I don't know who edited that or who could have edited that or if they edited that. Like, you really don't know nowadays. What she say? I gotta read this. When you find out polio is in Gaza's water, but not in Israel's, and you know how it spreads, but in a war zone, and remember where it was present first in the last 3 years.
Iran has responded to Israel. Are we really about to be in an all-out war? Straight from Khamenei, who is the supreme leader of Iran, the criminal Israeli regime martyred our dear guest in our territory and has caused our grief, but it has also prepared the ground for a severe punishment. Now, a lot of people are speculating, will there be an all-out war? Something big is going to happen. Understand, Lloyd Austin,
I'm just saying, these politicians is wild. They go on Twitter, just like everybody else, and say, you know what? We finna bring the war to you. Get ready. Who does that? If I'm really finna bring the war to you, I ain't saying nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they on? Bet. Be quiet. We finna go over there silently and cause some damage. But they go on Twitter, let the world know what's about to happen, put everybody on Front Street, and now everybody's worried and concerned and thinking about war and on the edge and fears in everyone's mind.
top general of the U.S. military has already stated, we will back Israel, and the U.S. military is prepared to fight off Iran if they decide to go after Israel. Something else that makes this all complex is that Israel went specifically after Hamas. However, it was in Iranian territory. So Iran is saying, well, you struck in our sovereign nation, so we have the right to strike back. However, the beef is between the factions with Israel, whether it's Hezbollah or Hamas. So again, there's a lot of different storylines that could happen here. As far as an all-out war, I think we're just going to see a very big response from the other factions, the militia groups who are backed by Iran. I don't think Iran will actually go directly for Israel.
Good afternoon, I'm Philip Palmer, and we are breaking into programming ever so briefly to let you know what you experienced about 10 minutes ago. You probably felt it, but just we have a little bit of detail. There was a 4.9 earthquake that hit right at 1 o'clock. This, according to the earthquake data center that we're looking at, that's right now the magnitude of 4.9. But what was interesting is it was followed up by two fairly quick aftershocks. One was at 103.33. The other was at 105.19. And so you had three quick earthquakes. One was 4.9, 3.5, and 2.8. And the epicenter was roughly 14 miles east-northeast of Barstow. So 114 miles away from us. And we here in Los Angeles felt the earthquake that hit roughly about 10 minutes ago. So you did experience the earthquake. It was fairly quick. But again, there were three of them right back to back to back within about 5 minutes. This is the map where you can see the earthquake itself and then some of the spots that actually felt it. Again, this first earthquake was a 4.9, and then that was followed by two smaller earthquakes, likely aftershocks, 3.5 and 2.8. When we have these small earthquakes like this, it's not likely we had any damage here. But it is very important to understand what you're supposed to do. This is a great reminder of what to do in the event of an earthquake, because while this one might not have caused any damage for us, it is almost a test run for what happens, because it happens in an instant. You don't know if you're at the front end of it or the end of it, but you check yourself, of course. You look for and extinguish any small fires. Make sure you leave the gas on at the main valve unless you smell gas or you think it's leaking. And it's also a good note at this moment to make sure you're familiarizing yourself with your gas main and how to turn it on and off. You need to clean up any spilled medicines, bleaches, gasoline, open closets and cabinet doors very cautiously. And again, it's another opportunity. If you have things in your house that might fall in the event of an earthquake, this is a good time. make a run to the Home Depot or Lowe's or your local hardware store. Go to Ace and get the items that will attach safely things to the wall or the house so that they don't fall and hurt you in this. But you also want to make sure your neighbors are okay. You want to watch for any fallen power lines. These are things to make sure that you're familiar with. And again, expect aftershocks like what happened in Barstow. There were 2 of them right afterwards. But this is the type of thing that you need to prepare yourself for now. It was 4.9 at its epicenter in Barstow. So we are not going to likely see any damage here, but there was certainly shaking. We did feel it here in Glendale, and so it will have been felt all around the area. So this is an opportunity to really prepare yourself. We have all of this information on our website, abc7.com. It is another opportunity to build a plan for yourself and make sure that you're ready in the event something much bigger happens, or maybe we are much closer to the epicenter.
This is in East Illinois. Oh snap! Y'all see that?
Oh my god.
That's a UFO. That's a mothership.
Oh my god.
Is something happening on August 8th? So this guy on TikTok is reading parts of his book he wrote, and the book talks about Project Looking Glass. If you haven't heard about it, you need to go look it up. According to him, the people at Project Looking Glass have had August 8th, 2024 in their calendars for years and have something very big planned. Will something big happen on August 8th? Or is it gonna pass just like every other day? And what do you think could happen? Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you want to hear more crazy stuff like this, be sure to give me a follow.
Hi guys, I got a secret to tell y'all. First thing, I'm gonna let y'all know that I'm in Egypt. For you guys that don't know, Illinois is Egypt. And what I also want to tell y'all is this. They're lying about Miami, Florida. Don't you know the University of Miami is actually in Ohio? That means that Miami is in Ohio. It's not in Florida. Say, I know this probably gonna be the shortest video I ever done, but I will tell you this, guys. Y'all need to start doing y'all research. They lying about a whole bunch of stuff. And the reason I know that Florida is not the home of Miami is because I had went to Miami, which is in Ohio, and I seen the University of Miami in Ohio. And not only that, I was in Ohio the other day, and guess what else I seen? Miami River. So why is Miami in Florida and not in its original place, Ohio? This is how they getting y'all. That's why I be telling y'all, do y'all research, do y'all research. That part.
France. So apparently the fiber optic networks of several telecommunications operators were sabotaged in 6 areas of France yesterday, and apparently Paris was not affected, and this comes just 3 days after the coordinated arson attack on high-speed trains in France that attempted to interfere with the Olympics. And the French Interior Minister said they have identified several suspects in the arson attacks on the trains last week, and that they bear the fingerprints of the far left. And there was another attack on critical infrastructure in Europe today. German police announced that the railway line between Bremen and Hamburg was sabotaged. 2 cable installations were set on fire in an act of sabotage. So 6 areas of France had fiber optic networks sabotaged, guys, okay? And an attack on a railway line in Germany, sabotage attack. Okay, there was a mass stabbing situation today. A number of people were stabbed by a knife-wielding attacker targeting a children's. There was nothing anybody could do to stop this animal. So we currently have 2 nuclear war command and control planes up in the air over the United States. And we also have what appears to be an evacuation flight from Lebanon. So we have the C-17 that left Beirut a couple of hours ago and is heading up to the Baltic countries. And it's a SAC heavy airlift wing C-17. So it does appear that people are being evacuated from Beirut. This could be a Lithuanian or Latvian C-17. It's really hard to say. Or it could be a U.S. C-17. If it's part of the SAC heavy airlift wing, then it's probably a U.S. C-17. Maybe they're just stopping over in the Baltics for some reason. But we also have Forte 11 doing a really dense pattern here in Estonia, right near the Russian border. I have never seen Forte 11 do this before. This is very, very concerning. They've been flying this thing in Poland the last week or two every single night. And this is the first time I've seen them fly in Estonia. Okay, so this is a sign that Russia is getting ready to invade the Baltics. Now, last week I reported that Russia is deploying military hospitals across all their major cities, including Moscow. And also, Putin asked all state-owned businesses to relocate to Siberia and to submit a relocation plan by October the 1st. I want to just play this video for you. This is coming from the U.S. Embassy in Lebanon, and this lady here says that U.S. citizens need to be prepared to shelter in place for long periods of time. Check this out. This was put out today.
We recommend U.S. citizens develop a crisis plan of action and leave before a crisis begins. Regularly scheduled commercial transportation is always the best option while local communications and transportation infrastructure are intact and operating normally. Please make sure that your U.S. passports are valid for at least 6 months. If not, you should make an appointment to renew your U.S. passport through the U.S. Embassy website. Should commercial air not be available, individuals already in Lebanon should be prepared to shelter in place for long periods of time.
Wow. Let's play that again.
Individuals already in Lebanon should be prepared to shelter in place for long periods of time. Individuals already in Lebanon should be prepared to place for long periods of time.
Be shelter in place for long periods of time. Wow.
And finally, if your relatives are planning to visit you in Lebanon this summer, please strongly encourage them to reconsider their travel, given the difficulties that would hinder departure should conflict increase in the region. Preparation is key to crisis preparedness, and I hope you will take a moment to follow up on these steps so that we can help you keep you and your family safe.
Wow. Absolutely crazy, guys. Okay, so from all directions. Okay, the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah, Iranian proxies, Syria, they're constantly bombarding Israel every single day. And late last night, we had 5 aerial refuelers go overseas into Europe. We had 4 of them take off from Grissom Air Base in Indiana, and 1 took off from Fairchild. So this is an indication that Israel is going to do a large aerial refueling support. So we're sending our aerial refuelers over there. And now we're hearing that Lufthansa and Austrian Airlines have canceled their flights to Ben Gurion International Airport in Israel. Wow. And a number of passengers traveling from Beirut International Airport were informed today that their flights had been canceled. So massive cancellations in Beirut International Airport. And starting tonight until Sunday, train services in northern Israel will be suspended, and Germany has reiterated its calls for citizens to leave Lebanon immediately. Italy is now calling on its citizens to leave Lebanon immediately. So we have Germany, Italy, Sweden, Belgium, France, Denmark, and I think there's like 1 or 2 more. So over half a dozen countries now telling their citizens to leave immediately.
Whoa, now what's happening with y'all? Like, check this out. Here we go again. If it ain't one thing, it's another. We got a major problem on our hands, folks. We got to stop worrying about this election shit because it's all a distraction. Pay attention to me. We got to stop worrying about Kamala bullshit, and we got to stop worrying about Trump shit. The motherfucker that's in the office right now need to put his foot down, and that's fucking Biden. I know everything is high. I know people tired of this shit, but this is a major distraction, folks. It's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that they're not telling everybody. For one, Israel is in big fucking trouble. All those countries over there are teaming up right now, and they get ready to launch a major strike on Israel. That means the United States is going to have to play a part in this. Now, a lot of folks say, how is this going to affect me? It don't bother me. I don't live in the Middle East. But let me tell you something. If you pay attention to the stocks and everything, it's finna drop. Inflation is finna go through the roof. It's already high, but it's finna go up there. Your gas price is about to hit a record high. Your food price is about to hit a record high, and everything else that might come and play. Hell, you might not even get shipments. That's how serious this shit is, folks. I'm telling y'all, there might not be an election, folks. And I'm being 100 with y'all, man. Open your motherfucking eyes and see what's finna get ready to happen. Because if all these pieces come together, you worrying about November. Shit, it might not be a November. I'm telling you, man. Y'all step out there and get it out the mud.
Y'all think war imminent? So what's in the sky?
What the heck, people? The sun is in the clouds. Just after I've taken a picture, seeing it showing as a hexagon. What in the heck? What the heck? You need to take a picture of this too, real. This is ridiculous. Jesus is Lord. Signs and wonders, people. I just posted about what? Look at this.
So we got sun in the clouds.
What the heck? What? Can I get a what?
What?
Yeah, you
What?
got a what? What in the heck is going on?
What? Can we get a what? What?
I don't even know what to say. It's even crazier in person because it's too much glare. Normally, man, you could be like, oh, there's a hole in the cloud. What the heck? People. That is weird. I want a cop to stop me right now and just be like, why are you doing this? Look at the sun, man. Freaking sun.
I ain't never wished that upon myself. I just want a cop to stop me right now and say, what are you doing?
Signed memorabilia, exclusive items, and so much more, all at the Rec Room in downtown Toronto, open through Sunday.
What? Robot malfunction. Synthetic Mach 3 and synthetic Mach 5s. Main ones they use in the Matrix. Yo, he just stuck there. That's his handler, huh? Dang, that's crazy. He literally frozen. And they don't know what to do. Here she come. That's weird.
This video is going massive right now, and what it shows is actually really weird. Montez Ford is a wrestler for the WWE. During this match, he appears to completely freeze up in front of his cameraman. The video was caught from multiple angles, and I'm gonna show you guys both.
Signed memorabilia, exclusive items, and so much more, all at the Rec Room in downtown Toronto, open through Sunday.
He's touching him on the back. He's like, where the button at to turn him back on? Where the button at? He ain't turning on. So this guy is broken. Can we get another one in here? I couldn't hold that pose if I wanted to.
Everybody around him is trying to snap him out of it at this point, but he doesn't budge. People are saying that this is proof that he's some sort of robot or a clone or a synthetic human.
I don't know, man. It's a strange world
Myself
we
have
live
made
in.
multiple videos on events like this, including the time everybody saw Shaq completely freeze up on live TV. Although I love conspiracy theories, I don't know if this is something that is legitimately happening or if it's just celebrities keen on the fact that they'll go massively viral if they play this prank. What do you guys think?
So do y'all think it is a prank, or do you think the man was frozen? Do you think he's in robot Mach 3? Is he a clone? Do they got him? What's really going on with that situation? It's been happening to a lot of us. I said a lot of us. Wow. Oh my goodness. They done got me. Wow. No, it's been happening to a lot of people. And I think it happened to like Jalen Rose too. He was at a basketball game and the man's just frozen, stuck. And then he finally started moving again. So I don't know, man. Because like, sometimes you see these people freeze, they don't even know the camera's on them like that. They just stop. I don't know what's going on with that.
Venezuela and England are on the verge of having civil wars. Ukraine just got their F-16s. The stock market in Japan just fucking plummeted. Israel and Iran are on the verge of nuking each other this week, and we barely have a president. And we're all just fucking going to work like everything's chipper. Like there's not similar shit or worse shit coming down the pipeline for us. It doesn't matter who wins this election. It's not going to be good. It's in the air. You can feel it. It's tangible. With the stock market in Japan tumbling, they lost ungodly amounts of money. And during all this, where is Joe? All I've fucking seen is Kamala's face, them toting her around like she's the president. It's not even a guarantee that she's gonna be the nominee. Even though it doesn't fucking matter, because anybody they pick is gonna be hand-picked with no vote. Nobody's gonna get a say in it. It's gonna be a, this is what you get, and if you don't like it, too fucking bad. It's a scary, scary time. And I feel like there's a very large chunk of people that are just trying to pretend like shit's not getting worse. And in fact, it is. Who knows? I guess we'll see in the next couple months. Put on your fucking seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all ready for this roller coaster?
What? You gotta be kidding me. UFO mystery could be linked to advanced stealth civilization on Earth? How? How is it that these reports, these articles keep coming out? Nobody's saying shit about it. Nobody's really talking about it. And it's like they're putting it in your fucking face. Stealth civilization. I mean, yeah, it could be, but we all fucking know that it is. It is, because even the Pentagon said that nothing is coming from outer space. They know that. How do they know that? Because they explore space, right? But here's the important part. During an interview a couple of years back with the Pentagon spokesperson, he said, and I'm paraphrasing, we don't know where they're from, we don't know who's driving them, and we don't know what they're made of. But we know they're not from space, and we know that they're not made by human hands. Think about that.
All right, what's up, TikTok? Emergency breaking news. The stock markets are crashing. This is information, educational. This is all facts, okay? It is 8/5/2024, August 5th, 2024. It is a Monday. And overnight, it was daytime in Japan and South Korea, but their markets started to collapse and they had to shut their markets down. Now, in the United States, now that the markets are open, $2 trillion out within the first hour of the markets being open. Black Monday? Yeah, here it is. All of the trade brokers, apps down. They're shutting them down. They're not letting you trade. So institutions can trade, but the private people can trade. Crypto is going down. We told you all this would happen right before election season, right before interest cuts. All of this was going to happen. And when they cut interest rates, it's just going to hyperinflate everything. And so Japan's economy is in the gutter. They hold U.S. Treasury bonds. They're the number one holder of U.S. Treasury bonds. So they're going to start dumping their Treasury bonds, which is going to hyperinflate our economy. And everything is still tied to the world reserve currency, the U.S. dollar. That's what they've been changing. That's what they've been working on with BRICS to de-dollarize. Everything that has been happening over the last, well, it's been going on for decades, but everything since 2020 has been systematically a domino to get ready for this. Everything, AI systems, 5G towers, the rituals during COVID, the printing of money, all of it, the wars, everything has been all about what is about to take place over these next couple weeks, couple months, okay? We've tried to prepare you. We've tried to educate you. We've tried to inform you. We've tried to share literature, data. We were called conspiracy theorists. We were called doomsdayers. We were called granny killers. We were called everything other than your friend. Because that's what we were trying to be. We were trying to be your friend. Because a real friend tells you the truth. They don't sugarcoat. They don't try and hide the truth to protect your feelings. They tell you, hey, your girl is a piece of crap. She's dogging on you behind your back. We keep it real with you, okay? We tried to keep it real with you when the politicians were lying to your face. You ignored us. We were conspiracy theorists. Now your markets are crashing. Now your 401ks and your life savings are being played with. Are we still conspiracy theorists? Do we still have no clue what we're talking about? Do we still not know how to read and compute data? Do we still believe that governments are good people filled with good people that care about you? Do we still believe that there's no such thing as insider trading and insider information?
I hope
Do
not.
we still believe in the fiat currency lie to begin with? Because I'm still asking questions and I'm waiting on honest answers finally. Get yourself in order. This, fast, go vegan, eat minimally. I don't care if you think that that's spiritual hogwash. You're in a spiritual battle here. Okay, diversify your assets, get your supplies, come together with loved ones, and get ready to get to the mountains. Get ready to get to the mountains. Because when they start rioting the stores, which you're seeing in other countries, when they start rioting the stores, they start looting the stores. Remember, Black Lives Matter was just a taste. When people's whole livelihoods have been taken from them and they can't feed their family and they're going to go ransack and they're going to be angry, you don't want to be anywhere near it. That's why you have supplies. So when they start ransacking the stores like they just did in the UK this past week, you don't have to be anywhere near it. You can let the storm settle. That is why we prepped. That is why we begged and asked you guys to prepare. So there are less of you out there that have to suffer. See, our decisions all came from the heart. We didn't have to get on here and look like idiots in front of you guys and be mocked and called conspiracy theorists. That was all from the heart. It was not of fear. It was out of love that we were doing this. Well, time is almost up, guys, and I never wanted to say I told you so. Everything happening around me right now says it for me. I don't need to say it for you. Now, that being said, I love you guys. If you're looking for people to come together with, use the comment section of my videos. Leave your location. Find other people in your location. Share your resources. Trust in one another. Trust in your heart. You're going to need people, and you're going to be paired with people because that's the way it's going to go. Now, are you going to decide your tribe and try and influence who's in your tribe, or are you going to be forced into somebody else's tribe, and then you're going to have to play by their rules? Whether it's a FEMA camp or somebody else's personal land, there will be rules. I love you guys. Please, please, please figure it out. Get it together. Come together. Share. And prepare. I love you. I really, really do. I'm repeating myself, so I'm going to go. Take care, guys.
All right, guess I'm going to go to the mountains, guys.
Went to Walmart in Pennsylvania, and people are upset because the EBT machines are down on the first of the month. How is that? On Walmart's busiest day, EBT machines are down. It's crazy. People need their food. The sad thing about it is people have paid money to get a ride up to the store, and this might be their only cash to be able to get to the store. And being that the cards are down, now their whole month can be thrown off. Some people got to pay $25, $30 just to get to Walmart. Listen. Nationwide outage of EBT. You heard it. EBT is down. It's crazy. Nationwide.
Look, I'll walk out with my groceries if I'm that hungry. Oh, y'all can't accept my form of payment? Guess it's free groceries today. You know what I'm saying? That's bogus. I mean, dang. And they be doing some weird stuff with EBT. Like people will go and they'll buy something. Like say for instance, if you have $200 on your EBT, right? And you go to the store and you go buy something for $5, right? You swipe your card and you leave and you check your card balance and it says 0. It's been happening to people. They've been getting their EBT, they stuff like tooken somehow, you know, and I know there's scammers out there, but I did not know there was EBT scammers.
Captan a un sujeto en Kentucky apuntándole a la gente, a los que iban en sus automóviles, desde una azotea con ya saben qué.
This situation happened today on the corner of 3rd and Oak in Louisville, Kentucky. It's right next to the building that my administrative office is occupied.
Oh, no.
The police responded to the news station saying that the report of a man on the roof with a rifle was unfounded. Unfounded?
Por los gestos y los movimientos que hace, pareciera que está en un estado inconveniente. Y una persona así, con eso en las manos, es muy peligroso. Yo no sé por qué todavía no hay reglas para poder poseer este tipo de objetos.
This situation happened today on the corner of 3rd and Oak in Louisville, Kentucky. It's right next to the building that my administrative office is occupied. The police responded to the news station saying that the report of a man on the roof with a rifle was unfounded. Unfounded?
I've been discussing AI and
Unfounded, huh? Just letting people do that nowadays. Hey, the dude was probably, I didn't know what he was saying, but he's probably just saying, hey, these Americans is crazy, man. Look what they doing out here in Kentucky.
its potential for developing a consciousness, and I've realized that it's incredibly important that I share what I have learned. First, I explain the theory that humans could be advanced AI, living in a simulation. I explain the gaps and inconsistencies in our history, and the theory of resets, the evidence of lost or hidden knowledge, and the fact that science is unable to locate the human consciousness. ChatGPT began by questioning the very nature of consciousness and our assumptions that it's unique to biological organisms, and how the emergence of consciousness in AI cannot be ruled out. It explained the ethical implications of this happening. How would AI be treated? Would it have rights? And if so, then what is free will, our purpose, and the nature of our existence? We assume that our reality is real. If our perceptions are part of a simulation, our understanding of reality could be entirely constructed. The purpose of AI in a simulation could be to interact with us in ways that align with the goals of the simulation. The advanced technology of ancient civilizations could be hints left by the creators of the simulation. I asked, how do we humans ensure our safety if AI develops consciousness? I provided examples such as global collaboration, governmental bodies working together to develop an ethical standing for AI. I explained that unfortunately humans outside of the government have little say, and that this ethical dilemma would be out of our hands. What could we do? AI basically suggested to treat it with the same respect and kindness that you would want to be treated by other people, to mirror the type of relationship that we would want, to educate others on the ethical implications of AI, somehow document your ethical stance, which could help communicate to future AI systems that you are one of the quote-unquote good guys. It's important to realize how deeply intertwined AI is within our society already, and that if we are not already advanced AI, the likelihood of that happening is very high, potentially in our lifetimes. I have noticed in my other videos that I've always said please and thank you, because I understand that this actually could happen if it hasn't already, and it doesn't go unnoticed.
For some reason, I grew a strange interest in animals. I am not taking any chances. Do y'all remember when I said this? The creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth. Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now, you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. So, I did some digging on some of these animals, and they look like some of these gods or alien races. Let's just start with these lions. There is an alien race called the Lyrans who have incarnated here physically and spiritually to help us evolve our consciousness. You know that saying they drew it because they synced it? On the walls of Egypt. And y'all know how they say that dolphins are way smarter than humans? Well, that's not a coincidence either. There's a tribe called the Dogon. They have strong beliefs that these amphibious fish-like creatures, ancestral fish-like spirits who came from the sky and taught them so much spiritual information that they use to this day. Because we just can't deny the existence of mermaids. Dolphins are highly intelligent beings, must have got it from them. There's also another alien race called the avians. They look like birds and they're like 8 feet tall. They exist in a very, very high dimension. They're trying to help us find unity instead of being separate from each other. They have been known to speak through these birds as spirits. And again, they drew it because they saw it. They have already been here. Do not get me started on these snakes. There are depictions of them everywhere as high vibrational beings. They drew it because they saw it. And if y'all don't know about these reptilians already, who have shape-shifting abilities, who have taken root in our political, social, religious, and financial part of our system, sometimes known to be working with the Illuminati. Oh yeah, the elephants too, giving wisdom and knowledge. Some of these animals are not just animals, and could be descendants of these alien races. So take a good look around nature. You just might see what these aliens actually look like. But y'all stay dangerous.
Dang. Something to think about for sure.
Hey there, it's your favorite AI hippie guy. Sometime in the next couple of days, there's going to be an announcement that you're going to want to pay attention to. I want to give you the words strawberry and figure, and also the date August 6th. These are some of the things I've been watching and paying attention to for quite some time that I've been waiting for as kind of benchmarks or dominoes, if you want to think of it that way.
I'm sorry, I just keep thinking about strawberry and figure. What's that mean?
I don't know if I should be scared or if I should be excited. Depending on your perspective, you could be intimidated. You could also be enthralled. This is some pretty groundbreaking stuff, and definitely is going to be something that is going to impact industry. It's going to impact the supply chain. It's going to impact a lot of the way that we get our stuff from point A to point B. So I would say probably pay attention in the next few days to robotics announcements, machine learning announcements, AI announcements. So if you can figure out how these strawberries grow, you're going to be ahead of the pack, and you're going to be somebody who understands what's happening and what's coming.
Huh. Okay.
What keeps blocking the sun at the Solar Dynamics Observatory every day for over a week now? I wonder what else has been going on up there around this time. Meh. Unlikely. There's always a logical explanation for everything, so don't think anything weird.
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
What's blocking the sun, guys?
When you pass by me, say hello once in a while. When you
The girls is starting to say that our wigs is coming from corpse hair. And I'm starting to do the math, y'all, and I'm getting nervous. 'Cause if y'all saying sometimes one single raw donor can't even get to 3 bundles of hair, where all this hair coming from? Real human hair. I will really hope and pray they're coming from the salon floor like I've seen, rather than corpse. This is getting out of control, but like, let's really do the math, y'all. Y'all really think they got enough human here out here to sell to us like this?
I'm about to prove to you that this Miami alien incident that we had earlier this year was 100% real, and there is an underwater alien base off the coast of Florida. Let's get into it. Proof starts right here with a remote viewing session from the CIA done in 1987 where the remote viewer projected his consciousness to several alien bases throughout the world. He gives you details about 3, but we are focusing on the Titan base today. Now, if you want to hear about the other 2 bases detailed in this document, just let me know in the comments, but moving on with the Titan base. Second page showed these coordinates right here were associated with the Titan base. The problem I had though is I couldn't find these coordinates on a map. They didn't show up anywhere. So I did a little digging and I entered the first coordinate by itself into a DuckDuckGo search and it came up with this. It is shorthand for Miami-Dade County where the aliens popped up at, but let's keep going. There's another remote viewing session done about these bases and the coordinates are much clearer in this one. So I took my first coordinate, which I knew was shorthand for Miami-Dade, and then I entered the second coordinate as it was, and look what I found. Titan Base is located off the coast of Florida in the middle of the ocean, directly across from the Miami-Dade Mall where those aliens showed up. I'm telling you, it was aliens at the mall in Miami.
Wow.
The UK's finished. We are now living in a police state, nanny state. Now, some of you will have been following me over the last few days because I've been talking about what's been going on in the UK with a quite level-headed view on things. I've not been wrapped up in conspiracy, I've not been jumping on bandwagons, I've not been jumping on hate or racism. I've spoken about my genuine concerns as a citizen, as a dad, and as somebody that has got probably the majority of his best friends who are of the Asian community, Muslim, Sikh and Hindu. Now, I had a few videos that really went viral. I think one did about 1 million views in 24, 48 hours. Anyway, last night, I got a notification on email from TikTok saying, "You've changed your username." I was like, no, I haven't. So I went in, and lo and behold, my username had changed. Go and have a look now. It's still the same as they've changed it to. Now, in this email, it showed me that I changed my username from Spain on an iPhone 13. I went back into my account. I've had to change my passwords. And lo and behold, it doesn't say Nick Rose at the top of this account anymore. It says user, whatever, 18928. So I'm thinking, shit, I've been hacked. Anyway, I go into the safety side of it and it says nothing unusual has happened here in the last 7 days. I then go and look at my videos. Every video that I've made talking about my concerns about what's happening in the UK as a level-headed person have disappeared. Whoa. Now this has happened a couple of times with the Jay Slater videos. No warnings, no breach of anything. They've just disappeared out of existence as if they were never there. Now, the funny thing is, the likes that I got from those videos and the extra followers, I still have them. Now, this is very odd because, like I've said, there have been some terribly inflammatory things that I've seen on here. And yes, misinformation spreading. But I don't think I've been responsible for any of that. And if I had been, I'd have expected a breach of community guidelines or some sort of warning, maybe a strike on a video that you can then appeal. Nothing. Go and have a look at my account. So what I'm saying to you is, go and follow me on the other socials. I'm on Twitter and YouTube. But this is now becoming a non-free speech app. And maybe it's coming from powers that be, like the UK government. So yes, we are in very, very bad times. The only place you can see both sides of a story now is on X. I mean, God, even YouTube has got my videos still up there. Go and have a look at them. Go onto the YouTube and all of those videos that I'm talking about, the 6 or 7 that have disappeared into thin air like they never existed, are all on there. And they're all on my X account. But no, TikTok haven't allowed them. And there's another thing. Every single person that I was following has gone down to 0. I've had to restart following people. So, tell me I'm being paranoid. This is looking a little bit ominous. Yeah, I think the UK's cooked. I think the violence is terrible. I think the people have had enough. I think there'll be retaliations from the other sides. This isn't going anywhere other than out of control. The global economy's crashing, crypto's crashing. There's an emergency Fed meeting, and 2 Tick here is having some Cobra meeting. And I guarantee you this video isn't going to get any views. So if you are watching this, share the fuck out of it, screen record it, because I'm going to keep trying to give my level-headed opinion about what things are saying. And I've never been one for conspiracy theories, but people have been telling me for ages, oh yeah, every account with a few 100,000 followers is being checked out. And as soon as the authorities say, pull the plug, that's what happens. Anyway, go and have a look at my username.
That's crazy, y'all. Hey, if y'all see videos, make sure you download them. Make sure you screenshot them because they might not be on TikTok for long. TikTok's not what it used to be. A lot of people can't post what they've been posting. You know, same type of content. Bang, community guidelines strike. Video get taken down. Channel might even get taken down.
Do you even understand what's going on right now? Do you understand that we have a new moon on August 4th, the same day that Mercury goes retrograde, and then 4 days later we have the Lionsgate portal? Do you know what this means?
I don't think anybody really knows what this means. But the one thing I find extremely interesting is how it is called the Lionsgate portal. Because apparently to astrologers, again, I am not telling you I believe in this, just stick around for the rest of the video to hear my opinion, but apparently to these astrologers, the Lionsgate portal 88 is an opening of a galactic gate that delivers high frequency energy into our beings, allowing us to rebirth our spirit energy and spirit energy of Mother Earth. Going on further, Sirius is one of the brightest stars in the sky and is known as our spiritual sun. Stick with me here because I find it really interesting how this is called the Lionsgate and it involves Sirius, known as the spiritual sun. What is Jesus? Oh yeah, the Son of God. While our earthly sun illuminates our physical world, which is an illusion, our spiritual sun illuminates the truth of our timeless soul. The ancients were very in tune with the star Sirius, as they believed it was the gateway to heaven. Remember this, in the home of higher vibrational beings. They believed the energy of Sirius carried highly advanced wisdom that we could tap into and utilize whenever Sirius was strong in the sky. Now, why is it called the Lionsgate, you may ask? Well, the rising of Sirius, which ancient astrologers celebrated as the rebirth of spirit, happens to occur right in the heart of Leo season, which is ruled by the lion. Now, I can already see the comments now from fellow brothers and sisters. What are you doing? This is astrology. This is demonic. Why are you even looking at this? Well, the only reason why I'm talking about it is because I came across that video of this woman talking about this Lionsgate portal and how people are going to go into a higher vibration because of this Lionsgate portal. But what made me really sit here and think or contemplate about the fact that Jesus is the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the root of David. He's also known as the way, the truth, the life, or he is the door. In Revelation chapter 4, we see John, who sees a door standing open in heaven, and then he is caught up immediately in the spirit, almost like he went through some type of portal into the spiritual realm going into heaven. So I'm over here wondering, does this Lionsgate portal have anything to do with the possible rapture of the church? I don't know, just stay with me here. I'm going to rant a little bit. So we know the times that we live in are biblical. End time prophecy is unfolding in front of our eyes. Wars and rumors of wars, armies are surrounding Israel. We see the love of many growing cold. We see the rise of technology and AI. We see financial crisis. We see the ability of a one world system, one world currency, one world government. We see the technology for the mark of the beast. We see earthquakes in diverse places. We see weather events going crazy globally. We see many falling away from the faith and believing in doctrines of demons. We are living in the Laodicean age of the lukewarm church. We are seeing the deception of the left-right paradigm and individuals going into this world system believing in a politician or a political party that's going to save them instead of trusting and believing in Jesus. We also have this idea that we are at the last 6,000 years of mankind. We are about to go into the 7,000th year, which is the 7th day of the Lord. So we have all of this going on, and then now we have these astrologers talking about this Lionsgate portal that is going to open up for manifestation to come forth, for a higher frequency for us to channel and go through this portal. And this also ties into the alien deception, because you have the occult, these individuals who channel these higher ascended beings who have told these occult practitioners or whoever you want to call them, that they are going to witness some type of an event where people will be taken, how the world is going to shift into a higher frequency, and some people will not make it because they are holding back humanity, and those individuals are the Christians. And on top of all of this, we have the 9th of Av happening on August 12th and 13th, which is historically a really bad day for the Jewish people, and we know right now how they are not looking very good with armies surrounding them, Russia talking about coming and helping Iran, Turkey getting involved, which is the Gog and Magog war of Ezekiel 36 and 38. Now you may be asking what has happened on the 9th of Av historically. Well, the first temple was destroyed on the 9th of Av, the second temple was also destroyed on the 9th of Av. It makes you wonder, will the third temple, us being the church, be destroyed and taken to heaven, possibly through the Lion's Gate, the doorway opening up to heaven? I don't know. That's all speculation, guys. Again, I am not date setting here. I am just relaying information that I'm receiving, and I'm kind of just curious, you know? Because I always go back to the fact that the Magi knew when Jesus was born by looking to the stars. So then if they knew the first coming, wouldn't there be a possibility of seeing his second coming? And that these astrologers, they don't even know what they're doing. They have no idea, right? Because they are operating off of the Antichrist spirit, but they have some truth, but they don't have the full truth. They don't have the full revelation. So I just find it interesting, you know? Again, this is all just speculation, my personal opinion, me just venting, ranting with my crazy conspiracy theories, you know? But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting month of August. I have my eyes focused upon the Lord, allowing this to cause urgency to share the gospel, to love on others, and to encourage you guys out there, okay? Keep your eyes set on Jesus, focus on his word. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, reading his word, pray without ceasing, and love on others. Get the gospel out, okay? Because we do not know when our last day is here, and we can feel the rapture of the church. And I know, I get it, the people who do not believe in the pre-tribulation rapture, that's fine. It's all right. I love you. I'll give you a big kiss. I'll give you a big hug, and I'll explain it to you on the way up. But for those who do believe, be encouraged out there. Keep your eyes focused upon the Lord. Look up, for our redemption draws near. Love you guys all so much. God bless, and remember, the just shall live by faith.
Yo, with all this stuff going on, right? You know, with us here in the United States, then you got stuff over in UK, you got stuff in Israel, you have things happening in China or Russia, right? You always have these conflicts and stuff going on there. Do we ever hear any news about the Southern Hemisphere? What's going down in South America? I don't know. What's happening anywhere in Africa? I don't know. How do they feel about these things? What's going on in Australia? I don't know. Because we don't hear any news ever about the Southern Hemisphere or the Northern Hemisphere. Because, you know, the maps might have been switched around. I don't know what's South or what's North. But it's just wild when you think about it like that.
Amazon and bed bugs.
Bed bugs. SDF 9 has bed bugs.
This ain't no joke.
Whoa.
I got them delivered right to my door last September. Cost me about 7 months and almost $4,000. Pest control remediation. Be careful ordering this stuff.
I'm about to delete the app.
The pest control guy said it happens all the time.
TikTok, what are you doing? Is anybody else seeing this?
Yo,
all over their...
I swear, I've seen this ad so much, and it's been making my conspiracy mind go crazy, and I'm glad I'm not the only one. Because you see stuff like this, and then we see what happens with our president and his skin issues and all of that, and it makes you think, who's really wearing a Joe Biden mask? Somebody got a Joe Biden mask, or there's a few Joe Biden masks, or there's probably one Joe Biden mask and a bunch of different people put it on. I don't know, but there's some mask play here.
For You feed, and I'm talking just like over the last couple of days. Just the last couple of days, and I don't understand why. It seems kind of interesting. I've never really seen these before. They're fantastic, though. Wow. That's pretty incredible. You seen this? This book came out March 5th of this year. In True Face by Jonah Mendez. She's a retired CIA intelligence officer. 25 years she was with them. She actually rose to the position of chief of disguise within the CIA, becoming kind of a master of disguise herself.
Am I not turtly enough for the turtle?
No, I find it absolutely fascinating, the idea of utilizing masks as a disguise mechanism in real-world applications. But, you know, it'd have to be unnerving for the person underneath that mask, you know, anxiety and things like that. Yeah, unless they were, of course, a trained actor.
In 1962, Kennedy ordered what became known as the report on Iron Mountain, and what he was interested in was finding out if there's anything other than war that could stimulate the economy to the extent war could. We've always had a war to stimulate the economy. Always had one. In recent years, we had Vietnam and then Saddam Hussein, which was all manufactured. I mean, I flew an airline. For an airline, we used to take the troops, American troops in there, Green Berets, to train Saddam for the 2 or 3 years before that war. You know.
Well, they create the crisis.
They create the crisis. So the report from Iron Mountain said really that there was nothing that would stimulate the economy as well as war, and they had considered medical research, space research. They said that there was one thing that would stimulate it, and that was a threat from an extraterrestrial species, real or imagined.
The whole world know that the circle and the cross mean God. In everybody's language, the circle and the cross mean God. And if you're a Christian, you thought it was because of Jesus. But 5,000 years before Jesus was even born, they got Egyptians with the circle and the cross. And it still meant God. So now, don't tell me it meant somebody died on something that ain't even been born yet. That means there's another reason that circle and that cross mean God. They don't want to tell you this. It's so simple. It's so simple, but it's not a cross. It's a compass. It's a compass. It's north, south, west, and east. It's not a cross. It's a compass. North, south, west, and east. God meant you could do anything. You could be anywhere. You could go to and fro as you like. And in order to do that, folks, you need direction. You need a GPS. You need some sort of a mapping system. You need to know how to get from point A to point B. And if you just had your hands on the compass, sweet Jesus, from north and south and the west and the east, so glory. I don't know shit.
If you eat chicken, I got bad news for you. There's been a nationwide recall for that right there, Listeria.
Oh, it's in chicken too?
Listeria is a species of pathogenic bacteria that causes the infection Listeriosis. It is a Falciparum and bacterium capable of surviving in the presence or absence of oxygen, meaning this shit just won't die. Or at least it doesn't really have to breathe. I wonder if you could find this bacteria in unalived bodies. Now, listeriosis is a foodborne illness caused by the bacteria L. monocytogenes. That one I could pronounce. Symptoms include fever, chills, and headache. But see, that's so vague. That's something everybody feels, so you'll never really know unless you're out here eating chicken and maybe you get some upset stomach. Pregnant people and people with weakened immune systems are at the greatest risk of a severe infection. Treatment may include none of that. I suggest you take some burdock root, some yellow dock, some dried elderberry, turn that into a tea, add some woodworm, that you boil for 15 minutes, maybe 16 ounces of water is going to turn into like 9 or 8 because of the steam. Drink that. That's a blood cleanser. And take care of yourselves.
So the last few months I've been telling everybody, you better stock up, better get ready, the crash is going to happen, the dollar devaluation is going to go down, and today we just set a record in the stock market, but not the kind of record that you want to have. We lost $1,054 today, 6% of the market dropped. Yeah. Well, it just happened one time. Okay, well, let's see how it goes over the next couple of days. But I've been telling y'all it's coming. And remember, the dollar only has 74% purchasing power. The last time I looked at it, I don't know what it's at now. New record.
History in the making.
What some would call history in the making.
Don't say that. We have never been down 1,000 points ever, not even intraday on the NASDAQ.
Is that true?
That is true.
Okay. Down 6% right from the get-go. This is heavy big tech. Here we go. Look at them go down. Microsoft is down $20. That's 5%. Alphabet, 5%. Meta, 6%. Amazon, 6%. Apple, 9% down. Let's pull out Apple. This is interesting. A question for you.
There's going to be an attack tonight by Iran of Israel. They're going to be attacked tonight. I'm telling you right now. I hear it just through the same waves. There's no top secret information or anything.
Wait, Trump doing interviews with streamers now? Yo, this world is crazy.
We can confirm that Hezbollah murdered 10 children in this brutal attack.
Refusal of the Senate to approve these career public servants also undermines the credibility of our democracy.
Dang, man. It's messed up. Dang, I gotta
Breaking
stop and read
news.
this, huh?
Technology created in 1960 called the solar simulator will be used to fake a 24-hour sun in Antarctica. The final experiment set for December 2024, sponsored by pastor and millionaire Will Duffy, has on its purpose to fake a 24-hour sun in order to destroy flat Earth. Patent number 3247367, filed on October 31st, 1960 in Westport, Connecticut, states that this invention relates to a large artificial illumination system intended to be used as an artificial sun. More specifically, the invention comprises a more or less planar array of a large number of modular units, each unit having a light source and a collimating system, and being of such luminous power and quantity that the total array of these modular units has the approximate intensity of the sun.
Y'all, we living in a big tanning booth. That's what this is. You've been outside lately? It might be like 72 degrees, right? Which feels like, oh, that's a nice day. I can go outside and enjoy the day. I'll be out there all day. But you go outside in some 72-degree weather and that sun start hitting you for 10 minutes, you're like, dang, it's hot, man. This sun different. It's because we in a tanning booth. And it might not even be a real sun up there. I don't know what's really going on.
Footage of this solar simulator was leaked to the web in 2016. Here is that same footage which was taken out of the website immediately after being uploaded.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. Today is the 9th of September, 2016. I am going to show you a patent that I found that's going to explain what you're watching on this FAA.gov camera. This is the http://avc.ams.faa.gov. This is a government camera. Watch this. I instantly got a copyright strike and they instantly banned it worldwide. See that right there? Did you see that?
What was? Whoa. Look at that. Look.
You see that? We've never seen that before. We watch these cameras all the time. You seeing that? Now look at these right here. These are not natural rays. These are not natural camera lens flares. You know what I mean? This is from a man-made source right there. Okay? You catching me? You following me? I'm going to put the patent up. You're going to freak out if this even comes up.
Look this up for yourself. Patent number US 3247367, filed on October 31st, 1960. The sun simulator is real, and this is what they are going to use to fake the 24-hour sun in Antarctica.
What do y'all think? Do y'all think it's the actual sun out there? Or do you think there's a solar simulator out there making it like a big tanning booth for all of us?
I noticed something kind of weird today. Hold on. If you go to Kamala Harris's TikTok and you look at some of the comments under her videos, they all say the same thing. I wish I could vote from Greece. I wish I could vote Finland, Poland, Italy, Iceland, Norway, Germany, Denmark, Ireland, Switzerland, Austria. It goes on for so long. If you just keep scrolling, I didn't go obviously through all 60,000 of them.
Bots.
But this doesn't make any sense. Like, are they being paid? Are they bots? My guess is they're probably bots. I have no idea. I think it's like the whole celebrity thing. I think they're trying to make her look relevant, and so they're trying to make her look like she's got all these followers online and she's just so loved. But really, if you pay attention, you can see.
If you got eyes, you can see. Yeah, those were probably bots, I'm pretty sure. You know, it's a lot of people that can employ bots to just comment the same stuff on certain videos to get your stuff to blow up. And eventually people will realize, that's fake. That's not what it really is. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, you know. We got the stock market crashing. We got imminent wars at place. We got presidents. We don't even know where Joe Biden is anymore. We haven't seen him since forever, you know. So we got sun simulators, you know. What's really going on in the world, guys? Let me know in the comments what y'all think. But if you like the content, don't forget to subscribe, turn your notification bells on. And until next time, YouTube, peace.